Hello everyone, welcome to the English YouTuber. Today we'll be discussing all the possible questions from Julius Caesar Act 4, Scene 2. Are you ready? Let's begin. So first we'll go through the overview of the scene and then we'll go towards the questions. So it's like a revision for you before you solve the questions. So this scene takes place in a camp near Sardis. And Brutus and Lucilius talk about Cassius of how he has become a changed person. Then Brutus and Cassius reunite and Cassius expresses his disappointment with Brutus's action and accuses him of wrongdoing him. But Brutus stops him and tells him to speak softly and not to have an argument in front of the armies. Then they decide to move into their tent and discuss their grievances in private. They also order their commanders to guard the tent and also to make sure that nobody enters it until they have finished their discussion. And the scene ends. So it's a very short scene. So this was the overview. Now we'll go towards the questions. The first question. Where does this scene take place? A. In Brutus's orchard. B. Streets of Rome. C. Camp near Sardis. Or D. The plains of Philippi. Yes, so I have already mentioned it in the overview. It is in the camp near Sardis. Yes. The second one. In the beginning of the scene, on behalf of his master Cassius, who had come to greet Brutus? Is it A. Pindarus, B. Lucilius, C. Varro, or D. Lucius? So who had come on behalf of his master Cassius? It is A. Pindarus had come. Third one. What action of Cassius made Brutus wish that he hadn't done some of the things that Cassius did? So what action of Cassius made Brutus feel that he shouldn't have done that? Is it A. Sending his greetings through a servant? B. Taking bribe? C. Assassination of Caesar? Or D. Hurry in fighting a war? So what was the action of Cassius that Brutus wished he shouldn't have done? The answer is B. Taking bribe. The fourth one. Which two reasons does Brutus tell Pindarus has made Cassius do things that Brutus wishes were not done? So what are the two reasons that Brutus tells Pindarus? Is it A. By the influence of Antony and Octavius? Or is it B. Through a change in himself? Or C. By the influence of ill officers? Or D. By the greed of fame and money? Which two reasons has made Cassius do things that Brutus wished were not done? Is it by the influence of Antony and Octavius? No. Is it through a change in himself? Yes. Is it by the influence of ill officers? Yes. He doesn't talk about greed of fame or money. So what does Brutus say? Your master Pindarus, in his own change or by ill officers, had given me some worthy cause to wish things done undone. So by his own change means because of his change in himself or change in his mind. And by the influence of ill officers. So it is option B and C. Fifth one. How was Lucilius treated by Cassius? A. Same familiar and friendly gestures like before. B. polite and respectfully like old times. C. Open as he used to be. Or D. Polite and respectfully but not open like before. Have you marked your answer? It is option D. I'm going to quote exactly what Lucilius had told Brutus. With courtesy and with respect enough, but not with such familiar instances, nor with such free and friendly conference as he hath used of old. Okay, going to the sixth one. What does Brutus have to say about Cassius's behavior now? A. When love begins to fade, people put on a show of being devoted. B. Honest and genuine relationships don't need any tricks. C. A once close friend seems to be distant now. Or D. All of the above. So what does Brutus have to say about Cassius's behavior? He mentions all the options A, B and C. That is why the answer is all of the above. I have also written a detailed answer of this in the next slide. So we will go through that then. Seventh one. Hollow men like horses hot at hand. What does this line mean? A. Both run away quickly. B. They make show of braveness but give up easily in tough situations. C. They are both brave and don't give up easily. Or D. Both are known for trickery. So hollow men like horses hot at hand. So what is Brutus trying to tell here? They make a show of bravery but give up easily in tough situations. Okay, now coming to this important question. Explain in detail what Brutus tells about Cassius after Lucilius mentions how he was treated by Cassius. Okay, so what is the first thing Brutus tells Lucilius? He tells him that he has described a hot friend cooling. So what is the meaning of that? Which means he has described a once close friend to be distant. So this is the first thing that Brutus tells Lucilius, that he has described a hot friend cooling. The second thing he tells him is, when love begins to sicken and decay. So means when love begins to vanish, one has to put on a show of forced politeness. So they have to put on a show of forced politeness. Also, that there are no tricks in plain and simple faith. So when you truly love someone, and in simple faith, there are no tricks. But when love begins to sicken and decay, one has to, or when love begins to fade, one has to put in a show. And then coming to the third point, what does he say? Hollow people. So that means hollow and shallow people are like horses. So he's comparing hollow people to horses. They look good at the first glance. So when you look at them at the first glance, they look good. They make gallant show of being brave. But when they face a tough situation, they give up easily like worthless horses and fail in the test. So this is what Brutus say. But when they show endure the bloody spur, they fall their crest and like deceitful jades sink in the trial. So this is what Brutus exactly tells, but this is the explanation what I have written in point number 3. Okay, so I hope you can recall this answer now. Okay, moving to the 9th one. When Cassius tells Brutus that he has wronged him, what does Brutus reply? A. I don't even mistreat my enemies. How can I wrong you? B. How could you misunderstand your own brother? C. He says that he is hurt by Cassius's remark. Or D. All of the above. So what is the answer? The answer is option A. So to exactly quote what Brutus says, he says, judge me, you gods. Wrong I my enemies? And if not so, how should I wrong a brother? So I don't even mistreat my enemies. How can I wrong my brother? But he does not say, how could you misunderstand me? Or he doesn't say that he is hurt by this. So the answer is only option A. 10th one. When Cassius says, Brutus, this sober form of yours hides wrong. How does Brutus pacify angry Cassius? A. Cassius, speak your grief softly. I listen to you. B. Come to my tent and enlarge your heart. C. Let us not argue in front of the armies. They should only perceive our love. Or D. All of the above. So the answer is all of the above. Correct. He mentions all of these options. Coming to the 11th one. Who guards the doors when Brutus and Cassius have their discussion? A. Lucius and Lucilius. B. Pindarus and Lucilius. C. Lucius and Titinus. Or D. Pindarus and Lucius. Sounds very confusing, isn't it? Okay, so the answer is Lucius and Titinus, because if you remember, Cassius had told Pindarus to go and tell the commanders to move their troops away a bit. So Pindarus wasn't there. And Brutus tells Lucilius to also do the same. So the two people guarding are Lucius and Titinus. Okay. 12th one. What is the reason for Cassius to visit Brutus? Is it A. to confront Brutus about wronging him? B. to discuss about the enemy's army? C. to negotiate a treaty with their enemies? Or D. to talk about the formation of their army? So, the answer is option A. Yes, he wanted to confront Brutus about wronging him. The 13th one. What is the main concern of Brutus in this scene? A. the outcome of the war. B. the behavior of Cassius. C. the war strategy. Or D. the welfare of his army. So, Brutus's main concern is what? Yes, the behavior of Cassius. And he wants to resolve it. And we have completed all the questions from this scene. I hope you are thorough now. So keep practicing, and together let's make sure that you get really great marks in your examinations. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and also share this video among your friends. Thank you so much. I'm praying for you all the very best.